Welcome to the 2026 Vital Voices Global Leadership Awards. Please set your personal electronics to silent. We remind you that the taking of pictures and the use of recording devices is strictly prohibited. Thank you and enjoy the evening.
There have always been women creating change. Bold leaders who weren't always welcome.
It's been difficult for us to be heard.
I am aware of all the women who are still in silence.
From our beginning, Vital Voices recognized the need for women leaders to be heard, from community meetings to the highest seats of power. We've searched the world for those leaders. We've learned women lead differently, using their power to empower others, not themselves. And that difference is precisely what is needed now, more than ever. The world faces extraordinary challenge. But there are women leaders who walk among us with bold and innovative solutions, waiting for their moment. Now is the time to stand up. Be fearless in the face of those who say you can't. Be daring and unconventional because you can. Take a bold step to create the world you want to live in. At Vital Voices, we celebrate women leaders who dare to challenge the status quo. Together, we will solve the world's greatest challenges with bold ideas and bold action.
Please welcome President and CEO of Vital Voices, Elise Nelson.
Hello, welcome, welcome everyone. Welcome to our 24th annual Vital Voices Global Leadership Awards, but our very first in New York City. You know, when Vital Voices was founded almost 3 decades ago, we had this simple but powerful idea. We thought that if we could support and amplify women leaders, we could make the world a better place. But I think we never could have imagined all those years ago that actually we were being created for this very moment. Our world is being tested by unprecedented challenges, a rising tide of authoritarianism, the rollback of women's rights, a climate crisis at our heels, and a surge in conflict. But over the last 3 decades, Vital Voices has been quietly building a global network of once-in-a-lifetime leaders who consistently dare and dream and do what others believe is just impossible. These women came to leadership not because they were seeking titles or positions. No, they wanted answers. They saw a problem in their community and they couldn't look away. So they stepped up, and that is precisely why they are the leaders that we need in this moment. In a time of so much cynicism, they believe that we can build something better rather than tearing it all down. And Vital Voices is there to build an infrastructure of support around them. We provide them with training, a network of their peers, visibility and credibility for their work, grants, and we celebrate them and amplify their voices on their best days. But we are also there because we know we have to be, in those times of crisis to bring them support on their worst days. Without knowing it, all these years, we've been preparing for this moment. Preparing for this very moment. Because these are the leaders this world needs, and the women across our network, 49,000 women across 195 countries, they are poised to create generational change, but they cannot do it alone. So tonight, we are not only celebrating the extraordinary women leaders we invest in, we are also celebrating women of tremendous power and influence. Women who are not just trailblazers and icons, we are honoring them because of what they do with that power that they wield, how they use it to uplift others. Progress isn't promised. There are no guarantees. So the future we want to see, we have to build it. And I hope that we can count on all of you to walk this path with us. Because let me tell you, to create that safer, fairer, more equal world that all of us desire, it's going to take every single one of us. And when I say every single one of us, I am definitely talking about the young women who are here with us tonight. Are you all out there? Okay, New York. Listen, I hope that you are all so inspired. All of you young women, I hope that you are so inspired by the leaders that you meet tonight and that they fuel you forward on your own leadership path. But if you take one thing away from tonight, I really hope it'll be that you never let anybody tell you you are too young to change the world, and that your ideas are impossible. You think any of the women up on this stage take no for an answer? I don't think so. I can guarantee you they have not. The women that you will meet tonight, they didn't wait for the perfect moment. They didn't even wait for a better moment. They stepped up out of the darkness and lit the path forward because the world needed them to, just like the world needs you. Enjoy the evening. Thank you.
Please welcome Hall of Fame inducted marketing executive, author, entrepreneur, and Vital Voices board member, Bozoma St. John.
Well, good evening, everyone. I am here tonight as a proud Vital Voices board member and co-host of these inspiring awards. And as we gather to honor the power and urgency of women's leadership, I want to talk to you as a mother. Becoming a mother to my daughters, Eve and Lael, changed my life. I've been blessed to know and love Lael for 16 years now, but I only had a few moments with Eve. We lost her due to severe preeclampsia during a birth that came too early. Anyone who's experienced the loss of a child knows it's impossible to describe, and there are really no words that can do justice to grief that heavy and that intense. And if you don't know that feeling of loss, if you're a parent, you definitely know the terror of it. And as mothers, there is no length we wouldn't go to keep our children safe. For some, that means being willing to cross a bitter divide, to find common ground and bond over the strongest thing of all, love for your children. And in a time of profound loss, there are two mothers, one Palestinian and one Israeli, who are showing the world that there's another way. Longtime friends and peace activists, Reem Al-Hajera and Yael Admi, have come together to form a historic partnership and joint demand for peace. It's called the Mother's Call. Reem and Yael and the two organizations they lead Women of the Sun, and Women Wage Peace, enlisted vital voices to help build a global movement in support of Mother's Call. And the first step in that journey was realized a few weeks ago in Rome with the Barefoot Walk. Nearly 1,000 people took part in this powerful political act, removing their shoes and walking barefoot through the streets of Rome, igniting a groundswell of support and more than 40 solidarity walks around the world. They walked barefoot to honor and connect with a land that has seen so much suffering and violence, reclaiming it in an act of vulnerability and solidarity. They are convinced that peace and reconciliation are possible. Yael and Reem are working towards a future where no mother has to know the pain of loss. Because as Reem says, no mother wants to raise their child to be killed or to be a killer. So let's take a look at the Barefoot Walk with thanks to singer and songwriter and friend of Vital Voices, Milk, for joining the walk and for her beautiful original song, By the Olive Trees.
A different way. You pray for brighter days. Meet me at the olive trees where our children could play.
People are hopeless because they don't know people from the other side.
They're thinking that you are the enemy. We want to make a solution for all the human.
Meet me at the olive trees.
Ending the violence is not a choice. It's an urgent necessity.
لأنه محليا ما حد شايفنا، لا إعلام مغطي نشاطنا، وبالعكس مستهينين في قدرة النساء. جزء من صوت الأمهات كان في إنه إحنا لازم نتوجه للعالم.
We are together, and when we are together, we can do it.
It's time for peace. It's time for women.
صوت الأمهات مش أم فلسطينية وإسرائيلية، هي صوت كل أم في كل العالم.
Beside each other, the call of the mothers could lead us home. Let the call of the mothers lead us home.
صوت الحرب صاخب جدا وعالي، ولكن صوت الأمهات الآتي.
Meet me at the olive trees where our children could play.
Please welcome founder, co-chairwoman of DVF, and Vital Voices board member, Diane von Furstenberg.
I mean, how moving is this? Reem and Yael are truly an example of courage, strength, and leadership, advocating for peace and unity, bringing light at a time of darkness. I really love them. I know them. This is why I love Vital Voices, the ultimate global network of badass women who get shit done. Solving problems, dreaming big, and spreading kindness. Because kindness is a currency. And like money, it compounds. Generosity is the best investment. One of the special things about Vital Voices is that it includes powerhouse mentors who are at the top of their field, who share experience and platform with the next generation. Tonight, we are paying tribute to one of those exceptional leaders as we honor the life and legacy of Susan Wojcicki. Susan was a visionary. She started Google in her garage. That's pretty good. She was the former CEO of YouTube, a Vital Voices mentor and supporter, and a champion of women in technology. Susan was a shining force for good, brilliant, yet humble. She had a magic quality of being able to hear any idea and find a collaborative way to make it happen. She wasn't restricted by how the world is. She included and gave permission to people to make their vision happen. She was truly a role model. She also was my friend, and I miss her. In her honor, Vital Voices has created the Susan Wojcicki Tech for Impact Award. Starting tonight, this annual award will recognize women who carry her spirit forward and harnessing technology to solve major challenges. Here to present the inaugural award, we have a very special guest, also my friend, the godmother of Silicon Valley, a teacher, an author, an advocate, and Susan's mother. She made Susan. And she's also my friend. So please join me in welcoming Esther Wojcicki.
Thank you, Diane. That was wonderful. And good evening, everyone. It's been almost 2 years since we lost Susan, but she lives in my heart every minute of every day. She was an amazing daughter, mother, and leader. She made the world a better place for all of us, and as a family, we are trying to honor her by doing the same. I'm grateful to Vital Voices for helping us carry Susan's legacy forward through this award. This award will recognize not one, but two incredible women tonight, Tracy Chou and Shireen Musa. Amazing women, amazing. Our honorees have had parallel experiences. Each has been targeted by online abuse, as far too many women are all the time. And they each decided to tackle this complex problem from complementary angles. Tracy builds tools to empower, and Shireen builds community capacity. As a young software engineer, Tracy questioned Silicon Valley's lack of diversity. She pushed for transparency and jump-started the process of tech companies disclosing their diversity data. She went on to co-found Project Include and #Moving Forward, initiatives that have help tech startups advance inclusion and anti-harassment policies. Tracy also created Block Party, very important, by the way, named one of Fast Company's most innovative companies, which builds tools that proactively protect users from harm. And in the UK, Shireen went viral as a young politician, only to be confronted with the coordinated campaign of online abuse. It's terrible. She saw clear gaps in governance and accountability structures and founded Glitch, a nonprofit to advocate reform. Shireen is advancing digital citizenship through education. She published a fantastic toolkit that helps young people avoid abuse and navigate the online world with resilience. Both Tracy and Shireen see the immense power in technology, and like Susan did, they want to make sure that everyone can be part of technology creation at all levels, and that it serves everyone. Let's learn a bit about our honorees now.
I believe it's possible that young people are able to engage online safely, happily, and healthily.
I want to see more people exert their agency over their experience online and really make it work for them. There's this very cool democratization that comes from being on the internet. It's very important to have to give all of that up just because the platforms have not been designed to protect people against the bad things. One of the realizations was how much the people who are around the table really dictate what ends up getting built. As I started to do more of this diversity and inclusion work, I built more of a profile online and then became subject to this abuse that the platforms were not well designed to guard against.
Growing up in East London, I saw increasingly significant inequalities, and I felt like I could do something about it. That video of me standing up was what went viral, of me joyfully responding to hate. I don't want anyone else to go through what I did.
You're just the receptacle for all of this abuse. And it felt awful that the solution was just, well, you can just not participate anymore.
I was seeing all of these glitches that are not making the internet a safe space. And so I started the campaign, Fix the Glitch.
I started a company to build the solutions that I needed and that I knew a lot of other people needed to be able to stay safe online.
I deliver training to groups who are navigating how to be digital citizens, and I'm excited to be training up other facilitators so that by 2030, 1 million people are trained in online safety.
My mission for Block Party is to make it so that everyone can participate online safely and partake in digital prosperity. Block Party is helping people to secure their online accounts across 12 different platforms, also cleaning up your digital footprint and tightening up all the ways in which people might be able to access you as well to guard against harassment.
How to stay safe online was about how do you stay genuinely safe in yourself and have a healthy relationship with tech. My mission in life is to evoke loving, kinder relationships with tech and each other.
My personal goal is to leave the world slightly better than I found it, both by building products that serve wide populations and also helping to steer the tech industry towards a slightly better path forward.
So now I'm pretty excited on behalf of Vital Voices. On behalf of Vital Voices, it's my great pleasure to present the inaugural Susan Wojcicki Tech for Impact Award. First, to Tracy Chou. Tracy. And next to Shei Yu Akiwowo. Can you please come up?
I'm so grateful for this award as it honors people who are doing work in technology that may not be lucrative or easy or guaranteed. When so much of the tech industry is driven by the relentless pursuit of profit, it can feel like the outcomes of big tech are inevitable, that it's too powerful for us to sway the course. We're all online these days, whether we like it or not. Even our cars and our homes are online. Our beds, washing machines, doorbells, and dog feeders. Our lives are inextricably bound up in technology. So much so that it may feel like we don't have a choice. But we do have agency. Technology is ultimately built by people, and I believe it should serve us. It should make us wealthier, healthier, happier, and more fulfilled. Whether we are creators of technology or consumers of it, we have the power to make sure it serves us. I know this room is full of people who exert incredible agency to bring about a more equitable, more vibrant future. I know I don't have to tell you, you can make a difference. I just want to remind you that the domain of technology is not an exception. We can expect better, and we should expect better. As we look towards a future of accelerating AI, our agency as humans only becomes more important. We can drive the outcomes, and let's use our judgment and our willpower to make sure those outcomes serve us. Thank you.
Here's what gives me hope. When people have the tools to be digital citizens, everything shifts. This isn't theory. It's what I've seen in my own training programs. Before a session, about 1 in 10 people knew how to defend themselves online or would be willing to protect someone else. Just after 1 session, that number jumps to 97%. We need to raise a generation of digital citizens and institutions that practice a duty of care instead of just reacting to harm, which disproportionately impacts women, especially Black women. We can embed care as infrastructure so we can move from surviving online to shaping it. We know that education changes the course of history. That's why I've launched a global digital citizenship library. It's filled with guides, products, training, arts and culture, research, and accountability frameworks. It's a free library with practical tools for anyone who wants to counter digital harm, advance equality, and defend democracy. This resource is for parents, for educators, for movement builders, and future tech leaders, for people who live in the cities, rural towns, or villages.
My next phase is about building power, centering the next generation. I want to train up 1 million girls and boys to become digital citizens by 2030. Thank you. That's much nicer than the booze. I'm ready to scale my solutions. Will you build with me? Because I want young people to know that online harm is not inevitable, that dignity, safety, and care are not luxuries. They are non-negotiables. Please, tonight, I know there's a lot that you're going to have to take in. It's a lot here in New York. But please remember this, the tech that we have today has been designed, and that means it can be redesigned. Susan Wojcicki believed technology should work for everyone, and so do I. So find me tonight, man. Let's make it happen.
Please welcome actress, activist, and a true champion of Vital Voices mission, Michelle Rodriguez.
Good evening, everyone. It's such an honor to be here to recognize our next honoree who's dedicated her life to the most urgent challenges we face, a cause that's extremely dear to my heart. Mother Nature. Farwiza. I wanna pronounce it correctly. Farhan is an environmental activist and conservationist who's working to protect one of the most rare ecosystems on the planet. It's in Indonesia. She grew up climbing trees and swimming in rivers, which I relate to very much, nurturing a curiosity and a love for her country's wild places. But as she got older, she saw that things were changing. Plastic waste was littering the beach. The waterways weren't clean. And more land was being cleared for logging and mining. Farwiza decided to do something about the habitat loss and destruction she was seeing. She studied marine biology and environmental management and co-founded a grassroots organization to defend the loser ecosystem in Sumatra. She's become a leading advocate, unafraid to take on powerful polluters and deeply passionate about restoring people's rights and relationships with the land. Women are central to everything Farwiza does. She pushes for greater inclusion and insists that women's voices as custodians and caretakers be reflected in any policy that affects them and the landscape their families depend on. It can be hard to feel hopeful when we hear that climate change is accelerating even faster than scientists predicted, or when we see the devastation of worsening natural disasters. But young leaders like Farwiza show us that it's possible. She's proving despair isn't an option when there's so much to fight for. Let's learn a bit more about this amazing woman. On behalf of Vital Voices, it's my absolute pleasure to present Global Leadership Award to the incredible Farwiza Farhan.
Every time I spend time in the forest, I can feel my soul being nourished. The Loiser ecosystem is 2.7 million hectares and the last place on Earth where the critically endangered Sumatran rhino, tiger, elephant, and orangutan still roam together in the wild. My work-life mission is from that sense of wonder to the natural world, but it also comes through heartbreak. It's very different when you look at numbers of deforestation and you see it. The Loiser ecosystem is threatened by exploitation, logging, mining, poaching of wildlife. We want to protect, conserve, and restore the Loiser ecosystem and empowering grassroots community to have meaningful participation in policy that protect this landscape. Destruction of the environment put a lot more people deeper into poverty. We want that to change. The work that we do in bringing women as part of a formal forest protector shift how they are being perceived by the broader community and by government. The unique perspective that women have in being rangers is in being inclusive.
Kami menjaga hutan? Yes!
It gave me a lot of hope that if someone like me could get to where we are today, then there are space for more of us to change the trajectory to the future of this planet.
Once again, on behalf of Vital Voices, my absolute pleasure to present the Global Leadership Award to the incredible Farwiza Farhan.
You see, growing up, I never imagined I would stand on a stage like this. I was a quiet child who felt more comfortable hiding in a tree or disappearing beneath the waves than speaking in front of a crowd. Even now, I can feel my heart beat 1,000,000 times faster. Yet somehow, those small choices have led me here tonight. But this journey was never mine alone. Conservation is a collective act. And this recognition belongs to many people. People who do this work every day, even at great risk. 5 months ago, floods and landslides swept through my home region in Sumatra. Hundreds of lives were lost. Thousands of homes were destroyed. What we often miss in a disaster is this: women carry the heaviest burden, caring for families, navigating unsafe conditions, while their own needs and voices are often overlooked. And yet, they are not victims. They organize, they lead, they rebuild, they hold communities together. If we are serious about tackling climate change, we must be serious about who shapes the solutions. Women must be in every room where decisions are made. We must design solutions with women as equal partner from the very beginning. So the request is simple: invest in women. Work with women. Build with women. Because together we can create collective safety, collective resilience, and a future that works for all. Thank you.
Please welcome a fierce advocate for women and a longtime supporter of Vital Voices, Sophia Bush.
Hello, everyone. Sorry to the lovely woman backstage running this teleprompter. I'm just going to take 1 second before I read it. I have to say how happy I am to be in this room tonight, particularly after the last few weeks of watching the patriarchy at work in our country. To be in a room like this, full of women like all of you. Everywhere I turn, I see a friend, an icon, many or both, and gathering in community is so tremendously important. So on this 24th anniversary, I want to thank Elise and everyone at Vital Voices for giving us this space. We need it. Also, I think I speak for all of us when I say we're mad as hell. We're not going to take it anymore. We have shit to do. So I am especially thrilled to be here with all of you, celebrating this group of phenomenal, world-shaping women, especially our next honoree, who frankly I have had a girl crush on for quite a time. She's unbelievable, you guys. Susie Wolff is a force. She started karting as a young girl. She came up through the ranks to become one of only a handful of women to compete at the highest level of motorsport. And after retiring, was she like, I did it? No. She decided to double down and find success in team management. And in 2023, she moved into one of her most ambitious roles yet, the managing director of the F1 Academy, a championship development program exclusively for young women. With this global series, Susie is creating a genuine pathway for women not just to compete in F1, she's ensuring they get to compete at the front. Thank you, Susie. She has pushed for greater representation throughout her career, and now she is building on that legacy. She is building a pipeline and a support system that can deliver the change she's been fighting for. I think Susie's leadership isn't just inspiring, it is urgent. Through her actions and her commitment, she's answering a question I know I think about, I know we all think about constantly. What would our society look like if leaders chose to center the next generation of up-and-coming leaders? Susie is applying that same tenacity and competitive spirit that fueled her own rise to clearing the way for those who come next. And it's working. The F1 Academy effect is already spreading. We are seeing that karting has an hold the phone. I got excited and stopped looking at this because I was looking at you. Karting is seeing an uptick in girls' participation all around the world. Let's watch this film that's clearly going to speak better than I am right now and learn a little bit more about Susie.
I love that moment before the start of a race. There is nothing quite as exhilarating. It's just you pushing yourself against your limit, and that focus is so razor sharp. Even now, I've hung up my helmet, but there's no place I'd rather be than a racing paddock. That's my happy place.
I
always loved everything about racing. My mum raced quad bikes, and she was a fantastic role model because when I started racing, I didn't realize I was doing anything unusual for a girl. I've been in so many situations throughout my career where I think I've been judged on my gender before my performance. And as long as I focus on the results, nobody could really distract me with the noise around my gender, but it was definitely at times challenging. I got the call from Mercedes-Benz to test for them, and I was offered a contract, which changed my life overnight. That led to joining the Williams Formula One team as development and test driver, then to being the CEO and shareholder of a Formula E team. When I was asked to take on the role at F1 Academy, I immediately saw the potential. The mission of F1 Academy is to give opportunity to female talent. We need to inspire the next generation, create a much stronger talent pool, and help the most talented rise. Women have to feel like it's a place they can belong, that they can achieve, that they can excel. From my long career within motorsport, I have a place at the table and I have a voice. And I use that for the benefit of the next generation. I sometimes really think, wow, what an incredible opportunity to be able to create that change.
On behalf of Vital Voices, it is my great joy and honor to present the Icon Award to the one and only Susie Wolff.
Well, good evening, everybody, and wow, what a wonderful award and such kind words, Sophia. I want to say it's really inspiring and uplifting to be in a room with so many outstanding women. It's a real honor to be amongst you, and I think if you look at the video, I was simply a little girl that loved racing, and I was lucky to grow up in a household that didn't differentiate between son and daughter. I was never once led to believe that I couldn't achieve, even although I was entering what I didn't know at the time was a very male-dominated space. But the great thing about my sport is, firstly, it's not segregated, so men compete with women, but you're wearing a helmet out on track. So actually, you don't see the driver. You don't know if it's a man or a woman. All that matters is performance. And that's the purity of sport. I realized quite early on, if I just focused on being really good at what I did, then that performance would turn into power, and the noise around my gender would fade away. From my racing career on track, I'm now in the privileged position off track to be leading F1 Academy, which is a momentous moment in our sport because the culture is shifting. Women have a place at the table. We're being given a chance. But I think everyone in this room will be encouraged to know that I'm not a lone wolf in my quest for creating change, because I do have the full support of F1, the CEO, Stefano Domenicali, his top management, all 11 Formula One teams. They believed in the vision. They invested in F1 Academy, and that's why we've been able to create such a positive impact in such a short space of time. And I think it's a testament to where women's sport is right now. When we get the people with power backing us, when we get the investment, well, we've shown what's possible. So it's great to be a part of the F1 Academy journey and to have such a brilliant team behind me at F1 Academy. I just want to finish off by saying a big thank you to Elise and to Vital Voices, because it's an incredible organization, and I know firsthand how powerful it can be when women stand up for other women, when we create chances, because I was given chances throughout my career that led me on a great journey, and sometimes it's who you take on that journey with you that makes all the difference. So Elise, Vital Voices, all the honorees that I've had the pleasure of meeting, thank you, and I am now proud to be part of your tribe in the Vital Voices Network. Thank you so much.
Please welcome anchor of Newsnight with Abby Phillip on CNN, Abby Phillip.
Good evening, everyone. It is so great to be here with you all today. It's great to be with so many supporters of this amazing organization. We are honoring tonight the power and the influence of women's leadership. So many of the women that Vital Voices supports didn't plan to be leaders. They came into this from their experience, or frankly, out of just sheer necessity. When adversity struck their lives, they didn't have just the courage to advocate only for themselves, just to survive. They chose to go even further and to advocate for others as well. I think that is really the truest mark of leadership. And our next honoree is a perfect example of that. Shireen Musa and her family immigrated to the Netherlands from Pakistan soon after she was born. She grew up there in a loving and a supportive home. She had parents who loved her, nurtured her rebellious spirit. And she never imagined that one day she would find herself trapped in a religious marriage without a way out. She turned her experience into a calling. Shireen became a human rights defender. She became a lawyer. She became an activist and a politician and a leader of an NGO. All of that work aimed at taking on violence against women in all of its many complex forms. Her advocacy work has led to historic legal innovations and policies that have expanded protections and services for women and girls, but especially from those in bicultural, refugee, and migrant communities. For Shireen, securing her own freedom was not the end of the story. It was never enough. Her goal was much bigger than that. Let's learn more about this extraordinary woman.
I am born in Pakistan, and when I was 6 months old, I came with my mother and father to the Netherlands. I married voluntarily. I was not forced, and I was in love. After the marriage party, he looked to be a very different person, and I couldn't share it with anybody. My pain, my suffering, the isolation. I had parents who loved me and who always encouraged me to stand up against injustice. He left, and then I thought, okay, I have to tell this to my parents. And then my father, he said, you will be always our daughter, and the important thing is that you get your religious divorce. I was in a situation of marital captivity. Marital captivity means that you are divorced according to secular law, but that the husband refuses to cooperate with the religious divorce. It is a forced continuation of a marriage. It's a form of intimate partner violence, coercive control. I asked so many people for help. Lawyers, social workers, everybody recognized that a lot of women were in this situation, but that it is impossible to get out of this. So I went to law school and became a legal detective. That president was sleeping in the law library, and I thought, if she can get her freedom back, I can also do it as a Muslim woman. After winning the court case, I thought it's also important that I fight for the freedom of other women. The Dutch success is not enough. We also brought it to the European Parliament and to the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe, where they recognize this as violence against women. I am extremely ambitious. I don't want to help only one woman at a time, but I want to fix the system. Fund for Freedom is for all the women who face situations of violence and who do not have anybody to stand up for them. We have a free legal aid center, and I hope that I can make it a bit easier for all those women and girls who are in desperate situations. I will continue my work and my fight for these women and girls. I hope that they can have a life in dignity and happiness.
On behalf of Vital Voices, it is my great honor and pleasure to present the Global Leadership Award to Shireen Musa.
Thank you so much. It's my hope that this transatlantic recognition will inspire other countries to recognize marital captivity, which affects so many women and girls, especially migrant women and girls who find themselves in a legal no man's land. Harmful practices, which I call criminal practices, from forced marriage to child marriage and female genital mutilation. They don't only happen in faraway countries. They happen here too, in New York, in a city that is such a symbol of freedom. They happen in cities all around the world, and they need our attention. We live in a world of migration, and migration can be liberating for women and girls. It can bring them to places where on paper they have equal rights. A girl who is denied education in Afghanistan can in principle go to school here. A woman who cannot open her bank account in Cameroon can in principle do so here. Someone who is not free to choose who to love or marry in Saudi Arabia can in principle have that freedom here. When we think about migration, we have to think about integration and emancipation, because women and girls everywhere, migrants or not, we deserve to own our own bodies, our minds, and our basic human rights. We deserve proper legislation and efficient policy so we can claim our rights and our dignity. Without this, our communities are harmed and our societies lose out on our full participation. Every one of you here tonight can do something to support our cause. If you are a legislator, legislate. If you're a campaigner, campaign with us. And if you're a journalist, tell our stories. If you are an academic, help us advance knowledge and research. And if you are a lawyer, support us through strategic litigation. When we guarantee the rights of all women and girls, we all benefit. We all move forward stronger together. Thank you, Vital Voices. Thank you, Elise. Thank you, Marina. Thank you, everybody.
Please welcome social entrepreneur and founder of Sequence Collection and Love and Acne, Ariella Suster.
Good evening. As a member of the Vital Voices Network, I've been lucky enough to be mentored by our final honoree. From the moment I met Donna Langley, I knew I wanted her in my life. When I think about our first call together, I remember how nervous I was, how intimidated I felt to be talking to such an accomplished and super busy woman. I mean, she's consistently ranked one of the most powerful women in the world. She oversees Universal Film, TV, and streaming. She led the company through COVID and its digital transformation and has delivered years of blockbusters and record-globing profits. Donna also ushered in a new era of global-led films, created a first-of-its-kind Department for Inclusion and Talent Development at Universal, and co-founded a pioneering Women in Film mentorship program. And did I mention, she's also a Dame Commander of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire. So yeah, it's safe to say I was pretty nervous to meet her. But honestly, once I saw her face on the screen, I felt at ease. She was so grounded and supportive. All of her titles and accolades aside, Donna is one of the warmest, most amazing people I have ever met. Her mentorship was life-changing for me because it came at such a difficult time. I would show up to our calls with news of another defeat and another challenge, but she was always heartfelt, honest, and reassuring. She helped me see a way forward every time. In a world where so much is transactional, where everyone is thinking about what they stand to gain, the fact that she dedicated her time and gave of herself and her wisdom so freely was incredibly affirming for me. Our world needs more leaders like Donna. She proves that power goes the furthest when it's used to empower others. Let's hear a little bit more about this truly amazing woman. On behalf of Vital Voices, it is my absolute honor to present the Global Trailblazer Award to my mentor, Dame Donna Langley.
Okay, Ariella just made me cry. Good evening, everyone. And Ariella, thank you for that beautiful introduction. Being your mentor has been such a privilege. I've learned so much from you, from your strength and your tenacity, so thank you. To Elise and everyone at Vital Voices, thank you for this incredible recognition and for inviting me into this incredible community so many years ago. Tonight, I join the ranks of a truly inspiring group of women, from renowned leaders like Secretary Clinton to cultural change makers like Dion von Furstenberg. It is an honor to stand in the light of trailblazers who are paving the way. And I'm equally honored to be recognized by an organization that uplifts leaders driving a more sustainable future. So I've been fortunate to attend many of these gatherings. Over the years, I've heard a similar refrain, now more than ever. A notion that we're standing at an inflection point, aware of how far we've come, yet keenly conscious of the obstacles and uncertainty that lie ahead. But it will always feel like our momentum is uncertain. Obstacles will remain the only constant, and the urgency for change will continue to grow. So in this moment, I'm reminded of a message I once heard from Gloria Steinem. Progress is not linear, and life rarely offers a succession of green lights. Yeah, you can afford that. So pushing forward when progress is stalled and discouragement creeps in, it is when the work matters most. And it's because of this, I say to all of you, now more than ever, we need your investment in Vital Voices to carry this work forward for generations to come. I'm incredibly proud to be part of this mission, and I hope you'll all stand with the women shaping what is to come next. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for this incredible honor, and have a wonderful evening.
The world is at a breaking point. Climate, conflict, crisis, the rise of authoritarianism, the rollback of rights. Women's organizations are collapsing. And when that infrastructure disappears, women's rights disappear with it. It's time to take a stand, to support women who are making the impossible possible. Introducing the Vital Voices 100. We are finding 100 women leaders whose missions cannot fail, shaping the future of what possibilities look like. We've already started. Reem, a Palestinian, and Yael, an Israeli, together fighting for peace. Vital Voices help them turn a bold political act into a global movement for peace. Nika, who gathered 1 million signatures across the European Union to change the future of reproductive rights. Vital Voices authored an open letter signed by former prime ministers, presidents, and other leaders to advocate for the law to pass. And these women are just the beginning. VV100 surrounds these leaders with concentrated power, capital deployed at critical moments, networks opened, global leaders engaged. You've been asking how you can make a difference. This is the moment to stand with the women who refuse to let rights roll back. Your network, your capital, your voice, directed with precision. Delivering the pivotal support exactly when and where these vital voices need it. 100 women leaders, one powerful collective behind them. Because when the right women are resourced at the right moment, history shifts. Stand with us. Make the impossible possible.
Please welcome your auctioneer for tonight, Lydia Finette.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I was overwhelmed by your clapping. I'm not gonna lie. It was unbelievable. I felt like there was a standing ovation taking place. I'd like to hear that again. All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Lydia Finette, and I am so delighted to be here with you to make the impossible possible. But in order to do that, I have to be able to see, and I can't see any of you right now. So if we're gonna light the pathway forward, let's start by lighting the house lights, shall we? This looks great. Look at everyone. All right, now I can see you. I see some friends. Not too light. Not too light. We want some ambiance, ladies and gentlemen. So on your seat, that is very light. So we're going to take that to half light. So on your seat when you walked in, you will have seen a paddle. And you were probably thinking to yourself, what is that paddle for? Surely there is a way that we can give something to this incredible organization. And now I know that this is the first time that Vital Voices has done something in New York City. It's a new organization to many of you. And so all I want to say is this paddle raise is supposed to be a very light ask and encouragement to give if you would like. So there is no pressure, but also I'm in a hot pink dress and 5-inch heels. So there's like a little bit of pressure, all right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm simply gonna ask a number. And if that number corresponds with an amount of money in your bank account, then feel free to raise your paddle. And also, if the person next to you has that amount of money in their bank account but is not particularly generous, just take their paddle and raise it. It's very easy. This is very easy. I'm a girl with big dreams. I like to think big and dream big. We're gonna start high, we're gonna go low. This is gonna be 5 minutes, start to finish. All I ask is if you are not raising your paddle at that level, you cheer like crazy. And let's have some fun, you guys. Let's have an amazing time. How does that sound? All right, are you guys ready for a really big number? Something you probably didn't know, you guys, because not any of you know me. I see one person I think I know in this audience. I grew up in Louisiana, and my great-grandmother started the suffragette movement in Louisiana. I was named after her, Lydia Wycliffe, and I like to think that that's why I always like to cause a little bit of trouble. So let's get going. Huge number. I'm going to ask it now. Cheer like crazy, even if it's not for you. Is there anyone in this room who wants to kick us off at $100,000? Okay, battle 366, ma'am. I did not expect that to work. Thank you so much. I would like to say that I thought that that was a guarantee, but I thought I had 0% chance, but a girl's gotta ask. But truly, thank you so much, ma'am, for that incredible, generous donation tonight. Let's give her another round of applause, battle 366. All right, and now let's go in halves, because that's what you do with a paddle raise. I will walk back and forth on these heels. You will be completely shocked at how adept I am at doing this. But from 100,000, we go to 50,000. And if there's no one, ladies and gentlemen, we just keep going down. And it's not awkward, and we're having fun, and it's all good. All right? Is there anyone at 50,000? These are huge numbers, ladies and gentlemen. I get it. Anyone at 50,000? All right, from 50, we go to $25,000. And we will just keep going down, ladies and gentlemen. Paddle 354 on our left. Paddle 510, thank you so much, sir. Paddle 242 in the back of the room, ladies and gentlemen. And just like that, $175,000. How incredible are you? Truly, how incredible are you? Let's keep going. From 25, and she loved it so much she threw her purse on the ground. Well done, ma'am. Love it. I love excitement during a paddle race. From 25,000, we go to 10,000. Anyone at 10,000? All right, 125 in the pink jacket. I love it. 185 directly in front of me. Hello, a friend of mine. Hello, Sarah. Another 10,000. We add that to 175. We're at 195,000. So the only thing we can do is go to 5,000 so that we can hit 200,000. Is there anyone in the room at $5,000? Thank you, sir. 184, 584, 588, 134. Already did it. Don't take it twice. Otherwise, I'll do it. 472 in the back, ladies and gentlemen. Just like that, we are at $220,000. Wow. Everyone was like, don't do a paddle race. And I said, we should just ask, because a girl's got to ask. That's the way that we live life, right? 220,000, we go to 2,500. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a couple left, and then off we go. 278, thank you, ma'am. 518, 111, 381, 233, 194. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 235,000. 111 takes us to 237,500. Very weird increment, but that's okay. I will endure. We will push through. 237,500. Let's get to 250,000, shall we? $1,000. Let's go. Everyone in the room. All right. 577, 568, 508, 10 to go, 131, 377, 339, 108, 464, 553, 264, 511, 367, 515. You are at 250,000, 115, 204, 291, 209, 481, and now you are at 255,000, and you are showing off. Welcome to the party, ma'am. 593 in the balcony on my right. I don't want to stop the giving if you guys want to keep giving. I was going to do 500 and 250. How does that sound? Do we feel good? Yeah, let's keep going. $500 anywhere in the audience. All right, 183, 516, 578, 570, 520, 457, 489. You guys, this is amazing. 273, 259, 586, 509, 361, 503, 448, 594, 585 on my right. All right. Amazing. Okay, our last level. First of all, can you imagine that I'm doing this after getting a puppy 11 days ago? I haven't slept in 11 days. Like, I have not slept. I can barely feel my arms. I have so many scratches, and I continue to do this. You guys can do this. 250 is our next level. Let's go. $250, ladies and gentlemen. 244, 465. Anyone else at 250, ladies and gentlemen? 244, 287. Did I get that right? Yes. 527, ma'am, in the balcony. It's like Juliet. All right. That was 250 and 198 on my left. If anyone wants to give 100, I will also take that too. I can also exit stage left. But if you want to give $100 to this incredible organization, I am 100% here for it. And I know Secretary Clinton is waiting backstage to come, and she would be very impressed if you gave $100 right now. Just saying. 477 on my left, 456, 393, and 241, 162. All right, guys, you are absolutely, and 386. Thank you so much, ma'am. Oh, and 137. I won't stop. All right. Anyone else? You guys are incredible. You have raised so much money tonight in such a short amount of time. Thank you for being here. Continue to cheer for each other, and congratulations to Vital Voices on this epic first night in New York. Have a great night.
Please welcome former U.S. Secretary of State and founder of Vital Voices, Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Oh, wow. Hello. I am so excited to be here with all of you, and the enthusiasm that has been permeating this wonderful Performing Arts Center has been so alive. And here we are, the 24th Annual Global Leadership Awards for Vital Voices. The first time, though, in New York. And we are so happy about that. You know, it's hard to believe that it was now nearly 30 years ago that Madeleine Albright and Swanee Hunt and I launched Vital Voices. It had a tiny little office in the State Department, and we had this idea that the world needed to hear more from women, that women's voices were essential to any decision that we were trying to make, and that women leaders were part of the solution. Now, I don't think we could have imagined that the mission of Vital Voices would be even more critical today than when we started. Because, as you've heard from some of the extraordinary awardees, the challenges are extraordinarily hard. The attacks on women's voices, women's rights, women's opportunities, our full participation in society have weakened democracies and strengthened the hand of authoritarians. And this is not by accident, this is by design. And tonight's honorees are part of the resistance to that growing repression. They, through their resilience and determination, have refused to accept the status quo or the efforts to turn the clock back. And that always inspires me. It's why this is one of my most favorite events of the year, because I need to be reminded, I need to be inspired, and that's true here at home just as it is around the world. Whether we're in the forests of Indonesia, where Climate Justice Award winner Farwiza Farhan has been defending one of the world's most endangered ecosystems, or whether it's the Human Rights Award winner, Shireen Musa, who is championing laws to protect women facing violence in the Netherlands and across Europe, whether it is the extraordinary Tech for Impact Award named from a friend to so many of us, Susan Wojcicki, Tracy Chou and Shea Kiwowo. They are building tools to promote online safety. And the Icon Award winner, Susie Wolff, is building a clear path for the next generation of women racers at the top of motorsports. And the Global Trailblazer Award winner, Dame Donna Langley, is using her platform to amplify women's voices through film and storytelling. So these are just a few of the examples that we could bring to you tonight to prove that even in dark moments, against great odds, women leaders remain on the front lines of progress. And the way we support them is through organizations like Vital Voices. The role that Vital Voices has played now for nearly 30 years has been to help organize women, identify women who themselves may not have even thought they could be or were leaders, to help them hone skills of leadership, whether in the public, the private, or the not-for-profit sector, whether they're journalists or academics or activists, to be given the real gift of community so they don't feel alone. Vital Voices truly has lived up to the dream that we had when we founded it, because we have discovered that when we do invest in women, we help create more justice. We help create more communities that can make a difference. And that is the mission that we continue here tonight. And it's a joy for me to be part of it because as I've traveled around the world in various capacities over the last 30 years, one of the really exciting experiences that I have is somebody will come up to me and say, I was a Vital Voice in 2004. I was part of Vital Voices at the conference we held in Argentina. I was part of the training program that we did in India to fight trafficking. Time and time again, the women, the hundreds and hundreds and now thousands of women who have been touched by the mission of Vital Voices, they know that what they have been given and what we have received because of their participation is really what matters right now. We cannot let anyone turn the clock back on the progress that women have made in this country or anywhere around the world. So please join me this one last time tonight in congratulating our 2026 Global Leadership Award honorees. Let's give them another round of applause.
As I hope that you were inspired tonight, I want to tell you that by being the phenomenal, supportive audience that you've been tonight, you give these women on the front lines of change the shot in the arm they need to go back and keep fighting to not let the clock turn back. I hope you will all continue to celebrate our honorees with us. Back down on the second floor for dessert and more wine to celebrate all the money we made tonight. I also want to tell you that there is a new foundation in Susan Wojcicki's name. You'll find more information about it, and I know Esther will tell you all about it. Thank you. Thank you all, and we'll see you next year.